Is there a agreed upon list for the spiritual meanings of words and phrases in prophecy? Like a day is like 1,000 years. Not anything like a whole encompassing thing. When this last year we published the New Covenant of Damascus, and in those places, a lot of times they will define certain terms. So we put it like a little dictionary in the back of the book for those kind of meanings and things like that, and definitions and all. But there's no like full dictionary like that I know of. That would be fantastic. Like I've told you before, there's things like um, the nation of Israel is to exist. It comes into existence, and then sometime the Messiah comes through the nation of Israel. And all through the scrolls, it talks about, and you can get this just by looking at it very consistently. When they believe correctly, and they believe in a coming Messiah who is a God incarnate that will die for their sins, that kind of stuff. Believe correctly, and they're awaiting him. The nation is referred to as a as a olive tree, and it's interesting. So that's symbolic of believing Israel. When they're in times of apostasy of any type, they don't believe in a Messiah, they worship false gods, whatever. Then at that point they're referred to as a fig tree. And even in Scripture, we have things like Ephraim is a half-baked fig pie or something like that, half-baked figs. So it's that kind of a concept. So, but you can begin to see that mountains of metal mean one thing, islands mean a certain thing, um, fig tree versus olive tree, branches versus, So there is some interesting things that we're beginning to pull together. And that, again, that's another example of what fits perfectly with the New Testament. Jesus cursed the fig tree as a symbol for Israel. And when they come back, they're going to be a fig tree, which means they come back as a nation, but they don't quite, they're not messianic, in other words. And they weren't. As a nation, they were not messianic in 1948. So really, really interesting to pull that. But we're trying to pull more of those together.